Early red flag. First Christmas, I went to his parents' house. I think it was right after we got engaged. I was 20 years old. It could have been the year before, though. I received a gift. It could have been Thanksgiving. I don't know. The situation is, I received a gift, and I said something like, oh, wow, I'll use it to whatever, or this is really neat. I've never seen anything like it, or I've been wanting one of these. But I didn't say the 2 words, thank you. And I heard about it later, and I was told the expectation is that when you receive a gift, you say the 2 words, thank you. So my reaction was unacceptable. My show of gratitude, my honest, genuine reaction wasn't good enough. And I was told how to behave going forward in order to be part of the family. And I pushed back. I tried to explain. I was like, well, I showed gratitude. I said I liked it. I said how I would use it. But that wasn't okay. I was told that I must say thank you. The message came from his mom. He told me, but it was his mom it was his mom's requirement. If I had known in 1996 or 1997 what I know now, I would not have stayed. It's a red flag. That's controlling. It's coercive control behavior. It's manipulative. Whatever words, whatever hashtags, it's not okay. The year is now 2026, and my divorce was just finalized about a month ago. So 30 years of my life. My family growing up definitely wasn't perfect. Definitely dysfunctional. But I don't know. There's probably a little bit of it, but not like that. Or maybe it was just that felt normal to me and whatever. Anyway, it was so overt. So that was a big one. I mean, it felt bad at the time, okay? Here's another one that I remember. You know, it's 30 years later, so you know, if I remember it, it felt bad at the time. This one, I remember it happening later. I don't know when this rule was first introduced, but I remember it around the year 2000, 2001 probably. We were living in our first little house in a small town, and the rule was, and it applied to both of us, you see, so it made sense because it was even, egalitarian, right? If the rule applies to both of us, this was the rule. If one of us doesn't want to do something, then we both stay home. It sounds equal, right? Because both of us have veto power. You know, I just like think back to my poor little baby self who like was trying to like get along and make things work and have a good marriage and also have fun and get her needs met for social interaction. I liked going out. I liked doing things a lot more than he did. So he was always the one who didn't want to go out. But see, if he didn't want to, then the rule came into play. It was a rule. We agreed to it. I definitely started breaking it. I did volunteer work, you know, I joined boards, so I had things to do. I had knitting groups. I found things that got me out of the house. But the idea is that that's the kind of thing that you don't see coming. I didn't even really know how bad it was until so recently. But any rule where one person can control another person in any kind of way, no. Don't ever agree to that. Talking to myself just as much as anybody else. I find myself fawning now, like on dating apps while I'm chatting. I'm like, you know, putting Burned Haystack Method into practice. I'll be like thinking I'm doing well, and then later I'll go back and like scroll up and find myself like thanking it for answering a question that I asked, but like he didn't, like for halfway answering a question I asked. I say, "What's this and why?" And he answered it, but then he said, "Will not elaborate further." So he halfway answered it, and I still thanked him as if he did me a favor for not telling me why, for not giving me any emotional depth to go off of so that we could like, you know, try to get to know each other. I still thanked him. So yeah, that's where I'm at these days. Summer of 2026. Checking in. Getting better.